Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, we're going to talk about a different kind of deck here. I don't know how the topic got brought up, but I was reading something, and I guess it was in one of the Facebook groups or something, and somebody said something about no ban list EDH. And so, I, my local play group, we have a little text chat, and I was like, hey guys, what do y'all think about a no ban EDH night? And everybody was like, sure. And I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So I was like, Urza Headmaster. So I took a picture of it and I posted to the group and I was like, asking for permission for this to be my general. And everybody was like, sure, yeah, we know it's not a creature. And I mean, this is not Brawl. I'm not advocating for planeswalkers to be commanders. Dear God, I hope that never happens because that's a bunch more decks that I would have to build. But anyway, I wanted five colors, and I really didn't want to use a five-color general because they're few and far between. So I was like, all right. So my plan was to play five colors and jam as many banned cards as possible in the deck. But somewhere I lost my way. So obviously, one of the very first things to come to my mind was Coalition Victory because we can't play it. It's banned. So, bam, it's in there. Well, to make Coalition Victory work, of course, I am running the Transguild Courier and a backup plan of the Fusion Elemental. Now, I'm also, the other part of the Coalition Victory is to get the lands. So, I'm trying to get the lands with, of course, Prime Time. And if that doesn't work, I'll just play the combo piece and win that away. Now, so I'm already pretty decently in green. So I felt like that Rafellos should be the man. He should be in the deck, absolutely. So I'm five color, but I'm leaning more towards green. And since I was leaning a little more toward green, I said, you know what? You know what works really well with Rafellos? Fast Bond. Fast Bond works extremely well. And we'll just roll through some of the other. Here's one that another one of these is banned, but Oath of Druids, and of course, since I'm running Oath of Druids, I am going to run the Gas Blessing. Now, the reason why I'm running those is just for the sheer randomness of it, because yeah, you can totally get a Trigon Predator, or you could end up with a Sundering Titan. Or you could totally end up with an Abaddon the Destroyer. I mean, he's a 10/10, right? He didn't have a mana cost. So this is, you see, kind of, well, when I'm not numbering this deck, it is going to be impossible for me to list this on Tapped Out. So here we are, solidly in green. You know, I've got my Mana Elves. I've got, original Llanowar, Matt Linde. We've got a Deathbringer Regent in there because y'all know I love this card and I play with it a lot. And like I said, we're still in green, so green creatures, I might as well run the Biorhythm. And man, I ran across Channel and I was like, I could just, like, turn one Fast Bond Channel. I could totally just channel out like a Mox Lotus and go infinite. And if I've got that much mana, I might as well be playing the Gleemax, because, I mean, why not choose all abilities? Now, funny story about Earl of Squirrel. When Unstable came out, my playgroup made this one card legal all the time. We're some crazy folks, by the way. Now, the only white card I'm running, well, besides Coalition Victory and the only solid mono white card I'm running is Balance because, you know, why not? I mean, we're already doing crazy, crazy things. Uh, like I know. Let's see what here. Let's go through the ramp. I mean, it's pretty standard ramp. I've got a Soul Ring, a Lotus Petal, a Thran Dynamo, and a Voltaic Key. Now, obviously, since we're playing some blue and we got some artifacts in there, I'm going to be running this here Tinker. And that glare is kicking my ass. Running the Tinker. And you might be thinking, is he going to tinker for a panoptic mirror maybe? No. I'm not going to be tinkering for the panoptic mirror. I mean, yeah, I do have a part of the water veil to go with it to take infinite turns, because that's why panoptic mirror is banned in our format. I'm not going to be tinkering for that. I'm going to be tinkering for the Horgon. Because look at the bottom. If you're not familiar with the Star Trek card game, look at the bottom here. It plays on table. From now on, you take extra turns. This is fair and balanced, simply because it is an artifact and naturalize is a real thing. So, you know, but now, yeah, if you tinker it out, it does feel a lot like cheating. But I've got the randomness aspect of the temporal aperture, so you're not really guaranteed it. I mean, you could just as easily flip up a Triceratops, which is a 10/10 trample that you draw a card when it comes through. That's pretty sweet. But the downside is, you know, stuff's going to get destroyed. Just in case your Horgon gets destroyed, that's why I have Sharoom and Scooby-Doo. Because, you know, Scooby-Doo. Oh no, I'm sorry. Scooby-Doo's not a regrowth. Scooby-Doo's a tutor. Okay, I like that. Almost as good of a tutor as Gifts Ungiven. Another ban card here. Let's go through the rest of them. Trade secrets, because, you know, obviously you're going to pick the one person who is helping you out, or maybe the one person that's absolutely scared of your 1850, 1600 fisherman. I don't know what that's about. Sylvan Primordial. Totally banned. Shouldn't be. And you know what? Creatures having flash isn't that bad, right? No, it's not that bad. Now, I chose this specific mystical tutor, none of the reprints. It has to be this specific mystical tutor because I have two interrupts that I care about getting. I have Amanda Rogers, which, of course, you know, counters any interrupt, and, of course, Power Toff, because Power Toff is the regrowth. Yeah, you can't get a creature, but you can totally get back your Priuric. You know what I'm saying? He's a 4/4 haste. He's not bad. Now, you want to talk about removal. Instantly destroys any one creature, except for two creature types that don't exist in Magic, which evidently is not a thing that I care about. Now, I do have some random things like drawing a card from any player's deck, but now this one, each of your opponents reveals their hands, and I get a card from each of their hands in my hand. Oh, sweet. The only thing sweeter than that is if I was able to, like, cheat out just a ridiculous amount of dragons. Now, I think the catch here is anywhere on the table, so I'm like, all these dragons, I'm going to have, like, in the deck box on the table. So that's just what I'm doing. Of course, we have Grizzle Daddy. I forgot that I even owned this card. I thought I didn't, but it was in the spike board from y'all remember that deck from way back. Only other black cards I have are in Garrick's Wake, Yawgmoth's Will, and Delivered Out of Evil, because you play during combat and you can change a blocker. So that's pretty sweet. Hey, look, I'm playing Gitaxian Pro. Hope it ain't banned. Uh, Walker of the Wilds is totally awesome with infinite mana. Oh my god. Almost as cool as, of course, Killer Bees. Killer Bees, probably a little better. Love my Killer Bees. It's got the flying in there. It's like the green Fireball. I am running the Cultivate because got to get the lands. Now, Mistress Helix is probably a dirtbag card to play in this particular deck. Now, this here magical object from Epic, I believe, an opponent draws, you draw. That's not broken. I do have a Metamorphose to kind of smooth out because we are, pretty green heavy. And 8 mana is pretty expensive for this card. Now, you're all reading this and you instantly pick the number that is your age. And is that worth 8 mana? I'll be honest with you. I'm 43 years old. I'll pay 8 mana for that much life. Now, hopefully, it doesn't get jacked by another guy in our group who, Danny, he's like 412. By the way, I'm recording this. I plan on playing this Friday night. And we normally start about 7 o'clock. So if you'll notice, I don't want them seeing this before we start. There's got to be the shock value. This is going to be amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload this right as we start to play. So if my target time here is Friday at 7. So Friday, like, what is that? July 7th or something. So if you're watching this right when it comes out, know that I am actively at that moment playing this deck. And, it is some junkyard BS. But I kind of like this because this is what is this, Netrunner? 1 mana tap to, wow, top card of your graveyard to your hand. It's pretty sweet. And my last non-land card, whoa, is fuzzy, apparently. It is Status Symbol. Now, Status Symbol is the reason why every basic land in the deck is from a different set, so that I can get maximum value out of my colorless creatures. Let's look at some non-basic lands. Of course, I have to play with the Tolarian Academy. Not playing with it in the cube anymore. Pick this one up ridiculously cheap, simply because, as you can see, it is a little jacked up. Now, I am playing with a gold border Gas Cradle because I don't own one anymore. Those got ridiculous quick. But everything else is just like basic lands and duels that all have different lands or expansion symbols. I do appreciate you watching. Like I said, I'm not numbering or listing this or anything. This is just a fun thing I did just to fill some time and to kick it with the boys, and ladies who play with us. But I thought it'd be fun. It was a blast to build. I'm hoping this is a blast to play. I figured it might be fun to watch. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.